Welcome to An Exile. As we watch the election go forward, it appears there's only two candidates to pick from. It's pretty much Trump and DeSantis hasn't even thrown in the ring yet. I believe he will. But many of you are going, Trump could pick DeSantis for his vice president. And I just want to let you know the Constitution makes that very difficult to do. So really what I'm saying is there can be only one.
There can be only one.
And there are things that Trump can do if he did want to pick DeSantis or vice versa. And those will be the signs that they're going to pick each other because they'll have to do certain things to make it happen. First, we're going to go to the history of the House. This is a .gov site by the House of Representatives. Established in Article 2, Section 1 of the U.S. Constitution, the Electoral College is the formal body which elects the president and vice president of the United States. Each state has as many electors in the Electoral College as it has representatives and senators in the United States Congress, and the District of Columbia has 3 electors. When voters go to the polls in a presidential election, they actually vote for the state of electors who have vowed to cast their ballots for that ticket in the Electoral College. Most states require that all electoral votes go to the candidate who receives the most votes in that state. After state election officials certify the popular vote of each state, the winning slate of electors meets in the state capitol and casts 2 ballots, one for vice president and one for president. That's just repeating what I've already said, but this is the big taco. Electors cannot vote for a presidential and vice presidential candidate who both hail from an elector's home state. For instance, if both candidates come from New York, New York's electors may vote for one of the candidates, but not both. If a candidate comes from Florida, then that state's electors can vote for either Trump or DeSantis, but not both. Now, there's some qualifiers on this. Maybe it just means that Florida gives Trump the presidency, right? And then they refrain from voting for DeSantis as vice president, or they pick another, candidate. And then every other state's electors support DeSantis, and boom, he's vice president. That's an easy way around it. If it's not a close election, then that's not a problem. But this is why it is a difficulty to bring on a vice president from your own state. In general, it's not done for this reason. In this hypothetical scenario, however, Delaware's electors may vote for both New York candidates. This requirement is a holdover from early American history when one of the country's major political fault lines divided between states from small states. The founders hoped the rule would prevent the largest states from dominating presidential elections. Although it is not unconstitutional for electors to vote for someone other than those to whom they pledge their support, many states, as well as the District of Columbia, bind electors to their candidates by using oaths and fines. So you have to break your oath and get a fine if someone in Florida were to vote for both Trump and DeSantis. That's all. And then here's a little bit of good news. During the 19th century, faithless electors, those who broke their pledge and voted for someone else, were rare but not uncommon, particularly when it came to the vice presidents. So while it's pretty unheard of for them to break their oath with the president, it's kind of accepted that Florida would break their oath and vote for both Trump and DeSantis. The biggest sign, though, to clear the way would be if Trump intended to pick DeSantis, and I think he should, he could move his residence back to New Jersey, where he was before. And then he would be the candidate from New Jersey, and DeSantis would be the vice president from Florida. Now, if he did that, if Trump magically moved his residence back to New Jersey, I would know exactly why he did it. That's assuming Trump gets the primary, and I still don't know what tricks DeSantis may have if he comes out and runs for president. There's only 2 candidates right now, and it is Trump or DeSantis. I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments below. I'm Doug in Exile.